Hi guys, so I'm gonna read the Marvel Comics #1, the Submariner story, or Namor. It's just a Submariner by Bill Russell. Here's the Submariner, an ultra man of the deep, lives on land and in the sea, flies in the air, has the strength of 1,000 men. His youth is a youth of dynamic personality, quick thought, and fast action. From whence does he come, and what is his mission? A salvage ship's diver comes up. The diving platform is hoisted and swung to the deck of the salvage ship, SS Recovery. How do you feel, Nelson? Okay, Chief, but kinda puzzled. There's something screwy about that wreck. Sometime later, the diver, Rod Nelson, steps from the decompression chamber and is asked what he found in the bottom. I found the safe in the main saloon, all right, but it looks like somebody got here before we did. The safe's empty. Then, too, it looks like whoever rifled it hasn't been long gone, or gone long. There was a knife on the deck, and it hadn't even rusted. That's strange, Nelson. There hasn't been any report of it. There would be no report of any other salvage ship in these waters for 3 years. We ourselves have been cruising here for a week, and we've seen no sign of life at all. Well, there's only one thing to do. I'll have you send down again with Carly to see what evidence you can pick up. They may have left something by which we can identify them. Okay, send Carly ahead. I'll be with you in a minute. Alright, all set, Carly? I'll drop the acetylene torch as soon as you hit the bottom. And so Carly settled beneath the surface, little knowing the phenomenon he and Nelson are about to witness. Say, Rod, did you leave that side hatch open, or is it sprung in the wreck? No, it was closed when I was down here before. There's something uncanny about this. On the sea bottom, they converse by telephone. Come on, Rod, let's get inside. Turn on your light. We may need it. Good Lord, Carly, what is that? A swimmer, Rod, but it can't be. No human could live under this pressure. Yet, now he's disappeared. And he was swimming. He can't be dead. Come on, let's follow him. He can't have gone far. But the swimmer eludes them. With long strides of his powerful arms, rises to the deck of the sunken ship. Here he looks cautiously about him and sees cables running from the divers to the surface of the water. Those robots, they can't be men. Why, they're mechanical and so ponderous, yet they're shaped like men, and certainly they are not fish. I wonder, one of them had some kind of fire weapon. I better get out of here. Yeah, I don't know what kind of voice I'll do for... I'll just do a normal voice for now, actually. I'll just do normal. These must be the control wires. I'll fix it so they can't fire me, or follow me. With 5 quick strokes, the swimmer cuts the air hoses, telephone cables, and acetylene torch tube. Holy smoke, our lines are cut. Calling surface, no answer. Divers, realizing their predicament, quickly shut the air valves inside their helmets, thus imprisoning the air in their suits. Telephone wires severed, they are cut off from all communication. The submariner darts through the door and attacks the divers. Stabbing one violently, he drops his knife and seizes the other's helmet, crushing it between his powerful hands. On deck of the Recovery, the mate sees bubbles on the water's surface, which warn him of the tragedy below. Nelson, Carly, Nelson, the wires are dead. Anderson, get into your suit. You'll have to go below. Take lifelines, a knife, and another torch, and hurry. Aye, sir. All right, send them down fast, Bosson. and in a moment below, Anderson finds the crushed bodies of Carly and Nelson. The submariner watches from seclusion. Frightened and risking the bends, Anderson hauls himself rapidly to the surface. Back on deck, in the decompression chamber, Anderson gasps out his report. The mate orders all hands to get the depth of the ship underway. We'll have to report this to the Coast Guard men. Peters, man the anchor winch. From the depths, the submariner sees the powerful propellers begin to churn as the anchor is hoisted. With the speed of a bullet, he springs upward, and with superhuman strength, seizes the rudder. Jamming it to the right, he stops the starboard propeller with bare hands. In the engine room, the first assistant reports excitedly to the bridge. "Starboard propeller fouled, sir." "What's that?" "Good Lord, sir, the rudder, which seems out of order. The ship won't respond." Unable to repair the unknown damage, the captain orders the engines stopped, but uncannily the ship proceeds, headed for a coastal reef. The crew becomes panicky. With extraordinary strength, the submariner gives the unfortunate ship a terrific shove, and the Recovery crashes high into the rocks, splitting completely in two. Elated at this flat feat of his own strength, the submariner dives back into the submerged wreck. Gathering the divers' bodies in his arms, he speeds off through the water. His winged feet propel him rocket-like into greater depths, and presently he faces a mammoth door in a secluded grotto. It opens at his command. "Dorma, open." He enters a huge chapel-like chamber, and is addressed by a beautifully robed creature on the throne, at the far end of the hall. "Well, Namor, privileged one, what manner of prize dost thou bring us today?" "That I cannot truthfully say, Holy One, but thou shalt see for thyself. These I came upon and conquered, surprising them as they raided the Earthmen's derelict. They came from a floating ship, which I erect with my great strength. I give them to you, and pray you may be pleased." "Great sharks, Namor, what type of prize dost thou call these? Open these encasements. Let us see of what they are made." With infinite caution, the helmets are unscrewed and lifted up, or off. "Holy Mother of Neptune, they are Earthmen. Congratulations, my son. You have made a good beginning in our war of revenge." "Why, Mother?" "Karal, I command thee to ossify these creatures. Set them in the royal chambers, where they may be seen as examples to our worthy people." "Done, your highness." "But, Mother, I don't quite understand. Why are the Earth people so bad? Wasn't my father an Earthman?" "Yes, my son, and a fine man, but his people were cruel. They invaded our ancient home deep in the waters of the South Pole, and nearly exterminated our entire race. I met your father in the year 1920, when a great ship, the Oracle, came from America on a scientific expedition. Your father, Commander Leonard Mackenzie, was the captain, and they made their base on an ice floe directly above our city. During the weeks that followed, we were tormented with bombardments of high explosives. Our castles were demolished, our husbands, wives, mothers, and even children were killed in droves. The white Earthmen were blasting us out of existence with their infernal scientific investigations. Soon many more ships arrived, and finally, in desperation, our elders commanded an army to be formed, and I, most nearly resembling the female in the white race, was invested as a spy. Thou Fen, beautiful goddess of the seals, thou shalt find thy way into the hands of these white monsters, there to work your feminine wiles to our racial advantage. Get thee hence while there is yet time. And so it was on the same night I was found hunched up and shivering in the ship's hold, just aft the man's mast. Great heavens, a stowaway, Captain, come quickly. Not realizing what I was or why I was there, and thinking me of one of their own race, they hurried me to their commander, who was a good man that he was, decided I was sufficiently cold clad for that climate. After giving me heavy clothes in which I nearly suffocated, they fed me some of their food. What it was, I don't know, but it made me violently ill. The commander took pity on me, and although I could not understand his language, tried to comfort me with words. Within a very short time, we became fast friends, and I began to learn their strange tongue. They could never understand, though, how I could swim so much in extremely cold water. Of course, I had to frequently, for we submariners cannot live out of the water for longer than 5 hours at a stretch, and many of us cannot live even that long. Well, as the time went on, the commander and I fell in love, and we married by their own ritual, and all the while back I was giving secret information back to our people. We cannot win, master, they are too mighty. And they were too mighty. Even as our army assembled for the first counterattack, there came a terrible bombardment from above, which destroyed all but a mere handful of us. And so, my son, it has taken us 20 years to build up a race to avenge the brutal harm done us then. Now, since you are the only one of us left who can live on land and in water, and who can also fly in the air, and because you have the strength of 1,000 Earthmen, it is your duty to lead us into battle. You have begun well, but you must use strategy and great care. Go now to the land of the white people. And so Namor, the avenging sun, faces the surface men of the world in what promises to be mortal combat. Okay. In the adjourning chamber, Namor meets his cousin, young Dorma. He tells her of his commission and his proposed trip. Yeah, even though Dorma is Namor's cousin, they're apparently love interests. That's kind of weird. It's really weird, but anyway. Oh, Namor, how wonderful. Take me with you, please. It will be too dangerous, Dorma, but you may accompany me part way. Come on now, we must hurry. But won't we have to take some equipment with us, Namor? Deciding that equipment would only hamper their progress, they travel light and leave the underwater castle with the heartfelt best wishes of the entire tribe. After traveling for 2 days at lightning speed, they stop for rest and come to the surface at the first sight of civilization. This must be Cape Anna Lighthouse, Dorma. It gives me an idea. We can start our crusade right here. You see, if we demolish this light, it will endanger many ships and perhaps destroy them. It will be our first move. There's no telling how many people occupy the lighthouse, so we must take no chances. When the guard opens the door, I'll jump him and rush inside to wreck the controls. If anyone comes, yell to me. Quietly now, I hear someone coming. Hello, wait, oh, smack. Namor, quick help. Why, you. Namor, look. Like a flash, Namor leaps to the window. Oh no, my friend, you don't get away that easy. The guard shrieks in agony as Namor slashes mercilessly, blow after blow. Namor, what are you doing? Look out, Dorma, coming down. Come on, girl, we've got to get to the top. We'll wreck the beacon light and take off as soon as we can. Hurry, Namor, we're being surrounded. Say, who are these people? Where do they come from? I don't know, Chief, but they're sure raising heck with the light. Dorma, there's our escape. When that plane flies nearer, we'll make a dive for it. Hold tight now. At the speed of an arrow, Namor's winged feet shoot them straight for the plane. Quietly now and hurry. We must get rid of the pilot. Namor hurls himself upward and grapples with the pilot. The airman is no test for Namor's superhuman strength. And with a terrific blow, Namor sends him flying into space. Dorma, I'll have to leave you now. Wreck the ship somewhere and swim back home. I'll get in touch with you later. And so Namor dives into the ocean again, on his way to further adventures in his crusade against white men. And I'm surprised there's a lot of weird race stuff in this. I don't know. But yeah, this is the first Namor story that was published. There was an unpublished Namor story that was before this, but it was basically the exact same thing as this. And it was never actually, I don't think it was ever actually from what I understand, it was never actually put in publication. But anyway, that's the end of this comic. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you can, if you want me to read a certain comic, just let me know in the comments down below. If you want me to, if you want me to do that, just let me know. I read a comic. If you guys like, comment, or subscribe, that'd be appreciated. I'll see you guys later.